Number 69, lime, which is calcium oxide, CaO, is produced by heating calcium carbonate, which is CaCO3, and carbon dioxide is the other product. Now for letter A, it says outline the steps necessary to answer the following question. What volume of carbon dioxide at 875 Kelvin and 0.966 atm is produced by the decomposition of 1 ton, aka 1.000 times 10 to the 3 kilograms of the calcium carbonate? And then letter B, we just have to answer the question. So I'm going to basically perform the steps, right, needed to answer the question, to basically answer the question. But if you guys need to write this out in actual words, you basically can just take what I'm doing and just write it out. But the steps will all be here for you guys. So the first thing that I see is that they're looking for a volume of one compound, they're looking for a volume of carbon dioxide, and they're telling us information. I have 1 ton of the calcium carbonate. When you see that they're asking for something and they're giving you information of something else, right? One compound and then another compound, we need a balanced equation. So that's like step number 1. We need to find the balanced equation. Now they do give us the information in words up top here. They said CaO is produced by heating calcium carbonate, and then carbon dioxide is the other product. So it looks like I'm taking the calcium carbonate, and as I'm heating it, I'm breaking it down into CaO and carbon dioxide. So I have CaO3, CaCO3, and this is getting broken down into the lime, which is CaO, plus carbon dioxide, that's the other product, CO2. Now remember, just writing the formula is not enough. We just have to make sure that it's balanced. So I'm looking at it right now, and it does seem balanced. So there's ones all along for my coefficients. But now since we have a balanced equation, I'm now going to write out what the question's asking for and all the things that they tell me. So they're asking for what volume of carbon dioxide. Here's the carbon dioxide. I'm looking for a V, right? Volume equals question mark. But they give us more information. They say, what's the volume of carbon dioxide at this temperature? So they go together. So I'm going to list that under the carbon dioxide, 875 Kelvin. And at this pressure. Remember, atm is a pressure value. So that's also going under the CO2. They all go together. atm. And then they tell us that we're decomposing the 1 times 10 to the 3rd kilograms of calcium carbonate, which is this one. So I have information here. Who cares that it's 1 ton? When we're doing calculations, it's always the metric system, right? So I'm going to much rather write 1.000 times 10 to the 3rd kilograms. Okay. So since I have more information about this, and they're asking the question of what's the volume of CO2, I'm going to be trying to figure out a formula. Well, I have volume, temperature, pressure. There's no sets, right? So I'm going to be using the ideal gas law, which is this one, right? PV equals nRT. And maybe I'll just put this over here. Now remember, the PV equals nRT formula is very specific in terms of units because the R value, the constant gas number, has all the units linked into it. The R value is 0.0821, and there's 4 units in the R value, and that gives you the units for all the other variables. So this is ATM, this is ATM times liter divided by mole times Kelvin. So when I'm plugging in my pressure value, this has to be an ATM. Oh, thank goodness. They give it to me in ATM, so I don't have to convert anything, so that's a check. We're looking for the volume, right? So I don't know this. So that means that I should now know all these other 3. Well, we're always going to know the R value. That's a standard number. The temperature, capital T, is in Kelvin. So, and actually, they do give it to us in Kelvin. Usually they give it in Celsius, but in this case, we have it already. So check that off. The only thing is N, which is the number of moles. Now, this is very specific, guys. If you're searching for the volume of one compound, in this case it's the volume of CO2, I have to plug in the moles for CO2. I can't be searching for the volume of one thing and plugging in somebody else's moles. So I have to find the moles of CO2, right? Because they didn't give it to me. But if I now know this, I can use this formula to solve for V. Oh, that's why they gave us this information. This is like going all the way back into the chem, right? Maybe like probably the second test for you guys. We're going to use this amount to get to somewhere else. Remember, grams to moles to moles to grams? It's all coming back. But we usually like to work in grams. They gave it to me in kilograms, so the first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to convert this into grams. Well, how do you go from kilograms to grams? All you got to do is times by 100. Actually, just kidding, times by 1,000, right? So if I just take this number, times it by 1,000, I will get 1.000 times 10 to the 6th. And now that's how many grams I have. So let's write out a little roadmap. I just need to go from 1.000 times 10 to the 6th grams of CaCO3, and I need to get to the moles of CO2. Remember, in order to convert one compound to another, I have to go through the unit of moles. So I have to first convert grams of CaCO3 to moles of CaCO3, and then from there I could finally get my moles of CO2. So let's go for it. 1.000 times 10 to the 6th, and that's grams of CaCO3. We're just converting, so that's always times by a ratio. Put the grams of CaCO3 on the bottom, moles of CaCO3 up on the top. If it's a gram to mole conversion of the same compound, remember, that's always the periodic table. And on the periodic table, it's always 1 mole equals whatever the mass is. So periodic table's out. Let's see what we got. We got calcium, which is 40.08 plus 12.01 plus 3 times 16. So 100.09. These cancel. We're still not there yet. We want moles of CO2, so just keep running with it. Times by the ratio. Do the same thing again. Mole of CaCO3 goes on the bottom now. And now moles of the CO2 goes on the top, right? And a mole to mole conversion of different compounds, that's always the balanced equation. So go back to your balanced equation. All you're doing is just using those coefficients, CO2 and CaCO3. But in front of both of them, there was no number. But remember, that just means that you had one of each. So in this case, I have 1 mole and 1 mole. That cancels out. So you're left with just doing the math of 1 times 10 to the 6th divided by 100.09. And you get a big number. Try not to round as much as you can, because this isn't the final answer. So this is 9,991.01 moles of CO2. And that's now what we have here. So if I just erase this, I have now 9,991.01 moles of CO2. And now we have that, so we can use the formula finally to plug in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little chart here. Beauty. Go from left to right, PV equals nRT. The pressure was 0.966 times by X, or V, or whatever you want to call it. We're solving for the V, equals the moles which we just found, 9991.01 times by the R value, 0.0821 times by the T value, which is 875. If we want to solve for X, all we have to do, it just seems, is just divide by the 0.996 on both sides. 966 on both sides. Cancel that out. Beauty. And now we're going to get our answer. Maybe I'll put this in blue. So X equals, remember it's the volume of, let's see, 9991.01 times 0.0821 times 875 divided by 0.966. And now I'm looking back, I see that I have 3 sig figs as the lowest. So it's going to be in scientific notation 7.43 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's liters specifically of carbon dioxide. So liters of CO2. And there you go. Lot of liters here. Okie dokie. So hopefully this makes sense. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to help us out. I really do appreciate you all. You guys have been so kind throughout this whole journey, and I hope you guys are learning, all right? That's our #1 goal here. I will see you all later. Have an awesome day. Bye.